Some of the greatest and most important historical moments are captured within the walls of the National Assembly chambers. Most of us know of these events through video or audio recordings. But long before there were cameras and audio recorders, the minutes of the meetings were captured in writing, verbatim.
Here we have all the House stuff, orders of the day, House sessional papers, the verbatim. On this side, it's the same. This is the Senate. We have the Senate instruments, the bills, the verbatims of the Senate as well.
Long before the House of Representatives and Senate met, the honorable members of the Legislative Council along with the Governor General met.
People were represented by districts at that time. And so you had a representative from Corozal Orange Rock, the Belize district. And then the governor selected 4 people as well. So out of the very same thing we brought into our constitution, where we elect, then we have senators, and 4 senators can be members of cabinet. From these days that was around.
This was a time when Bemopan did not exist and when there was no prime minister but a premier. These records hold almost all the bills introduced, statements by ministers made, verbatims recorded, house orders and sessional papers for more than a century. The records held at the National Assembly go deep into the past when Belize was British Honduras. The oldest record is from February 1883.
And of course it is British Honduras, 19th of February, 1883. And these are the people who are at the meeting. Because a name like James Rhodes are in this book, you know. Let's see.
Yeah, Henry Charles Usher, acting treasurer.
So we have Henry Charles Usher, acting treasurer, not the one we know.
Yeah.
So we have a couple of names that are still around. See here, we have a Price here, and this is not George Price. This is R.M. Price. There's a Robinson. There's Fairweather. So they have some names that are around long time.
Clerk of the National Assembly, Eddie Webster, in an effort to preserve the historical literature, sought the assistance of the Belize Archives and Records Service. Records dating back to 2000 have been converted to digital form, but there are 2 centuries of records left.
When I first came to Parliament, the office of the clerk, whenever evening come, it would full with water on the ground. And I couldn't figure out what the hell was going on. And of course there were clerks here before me. And then I started to find out what the hell was going on with it, and I realized that the air condition from outside, at the beginning of the day, as it drips water, the water seeps into the cement, into the concrete, and then eventually comes to the floor. And so all these books were wet. You can look at the book and you can see how you have water damage all along the edge. And after I took care of it, I went down to archives and I said to them, we have these books, I mean, they are history, we need to take care of them, what can we do? And they said, well, if they get wet, you can take about air to make them get dry. And so I left it there for a couple of years before I started to read and so on. This is our history. We don't, unfortunately in Belize, we don't do a lot of research in finding out how we got where we are, where we came from. And so these books are here, but as we develop our educational system, I'm certain these books will become more and more important to see trends and our history. Yeah.
You were saying that you're working with the archives department, the system, in terms of
trying to preserve these.
Yeah. How is that going?
Well, that didn't go well. We did up to 2000, and so if somebody is listening today as we do this interview and they decide that they would want to help, we have this part of our history that we really want to store.
Reporting for News 5, Hipolito Novelo.